You hear that?
This is not our usual person.
That's right, the Ghostbusters are here.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah,
Define help.
we had a call that somebody saw a ghost.
Ghost. There's no ghost on this train. Who called you?
It says right here, some guys, Jen and Brad,
No more lines for you off the clipboard.
Yeah.
Actually, I took a call from, what was his name? It's coming to me.
Matt Foley!
Guy was a totally different type of human.
All right, well,
Worthless.
you know what? This train's about to leave, and you guys don't have security clearance, so you'll just have
Yeah,
to...
yeah, we do. It's
Yeah.
right here, right here.
No, that's
Yeah.
a ghost.
No, it's security.
That's not security
Yeah,
clearance.
this is a badge. I can do what I want back.
Listen, miss, I don't think you quite understand. If you don't let us on this train, this whole campaign could be headed for a disaster of biblical proportions.
Okay, what do you mean biblical proportions?
What he means is real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling over.
48 years of darkness, earthquakes, tornadoes, and the dead rising from the grave.
Human
That's not a bad
sacrifice, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
You guys are just too much. Get out of here!
Hey, lady,
No!
lady, you're making a terrible mistake. I definitely see some paranormal activities coming from that train. You're gonna need some of that Geico insurance for that train. Let me tell you.
Geico.
Geico.
Get out!
Thank you, Geico.
Go,
You want to come with?
go. Goodbye, I've got a train. See you later.
Bye.
Nice meeting you. A bunch of weirdos. You got that right.
Well, I am glad you decided to take a train across the country and revive a great political campaigning tradition. Some of our finest presidents utilized the train to meet the people of the country. In fact, in honor of this trip, we've pulled out the presidential car from the Smithsonian. Go on and have a look.
This one's dusted off, wow. I understand pictures of all the presidents, but why are the wives up there?
Well, behind every great man is an even greater woman.
Okay, I'll give you that, but what's not so great is the Wi-Fi connection. How am I gonna get my most recent phone number?
I know. For once, we can agree on something. How am I supposed to run a campaign without the internet?
Let's go.
Oh. Good to go. From behind there, eh? Very passable. Very passable.
Nothing like a good glass of Chateau de Chasselet. Right, George?
Ah, you're right there, Abraham.
Who would have thought, 240 years ago, we'd all be sitting here drinking Chateau de Chasselet.
Back in those days, we'd be lucky to have the price of a cup of tea, a cup of cold tea.
Without milk or sugar.
Or tea.
Well, in an old filthy crack cup.
We didn't even have a cup. We used to have to drink out of a rolled up newspaper.
The best we could manage was to suck on a piece of damp cloth.
Oh, we might have been poor, but we were happy.
Aye, because we were poor. My old dad used to say to me, money doesn't buy you happiness.
He's right. We had nothing then, but we were much happier. We even used to live in this tiny little house with great big holes in the roof.
House? You were lucky to have a house. We used to live in one room, all 126 of us. No furniture. Half the floor was missing. We were all huddled together in one corner for fear of falling.
Room? We lived in a corridor.
We used to dream of living in a corridor. Would have been a palace to us. We lived in an old water tank on a rubbish heap. Every morning, we were awoken up by having a load of rotten fish dumped all over us. House? Huh?
Well, when I say a house, it was really a hole in the ground covered by a sheet of tar paper. And by the way, it's nothing like those nice houses that Danny McGovern at Remax can find for you. But it was a house to us.
We were evicted from our hole in the ground. We had to go and live in a lake.
Lake? Well, we had to live in a shoebox.
Cardboard box.
Oh,
You were lucky. We lived for 3 months in a brown paper bag in a septic tank. Every morning we used to have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, clean the bag, eat a crust of stale bread, go down to work at the mill 14 hours a day, week in, week out, and when we got home, our dad would thrash us to sleep with his belt.
Luxury. We used to have to get out of the lake at 3 o'clock in the morning, clean the lake, eat a handful of hot gravel, go to work at the mill every day for 2 pennies a month, come home, and Dad would beat us around the head and neck with a broken shoe, if we were lucky.
ha! Well, all 125 of us would have to crawl out of the shoebox, and then we would lick the road clean with our tongues. And then we'd eat some cold gravel, and we would go and work every single day for 24 hours a day, and get 2 pennies every 6 years.
You were lucky. When I was young, I used to wake up in the morning at 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before I went to sleep, eat a cold lump of poison, and then I'd have to work 29 hours a day down at the mill, and I had to pay the mill owner for the privilege of coming to work. When we came home from work, our dad would kill us and dance about our grace, sing hallelujah.
I tell you what, you try and tell the young people of that today, and they just won't believe you. No, they won't believe you.
Oh, my poor Tommy. He had a hard life.
Oh, Brother George, what happens why I cannot tell a lie?
Honest Abe, what would these presidents have amounted to without the real work of their wives doing all of it behind the scenes? None of them appreciated us.
Don't be so hard on yourselves, old timers. You're a product of your time.
Oh yeah, John. What did you do for women's rights?
Not enough, I'm sure.
Well, I used to write a love letter to my wife Nancy every day. Too soon?
Love letters don't buy a girl a place in Hyannis Court.
Well, I would have done more, but I was a little busy fighting for our nation's independence from the mighty British Empire.
Right there with you, George. I was a little busy freeing the slaves and trying to save our nation from collapse. 7 years.
Oh, we all heard it, Abe. For sure, it's 700 times.
Excuse me, guys. World War II, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And I led the country through the Great Depression.
Well, you did have 4 terms.
The Declaration of Independence, sign the Constitution, come on.
I think you all should have done a little more for women's suffrage.
Oh, Harrison, you're making us all suffer now. Harrison, what have you been doing here with the presence of our statue? Didn't you die 30 days into your presidency?
Yeah, he caught a cold on his inauguration and died within the month. Oh, good one.
I told him to wear a coat that day, but he was all like, no, I'm a president now. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But none of them listen. I mean, I told Ronnie, don't mess with those contraband fellows. There he went anyway.
I do love it when you talk third world rebel insurgency.
Oh, Ronnie, you know what I love? That Land Rover that you bought me from Land Rover of Northfield. Now that car, that drives like a dream.
Well, I gotta tell you, Abe, do you think you've got what it takes to win an election in 2016?
Are you kidding? I'm still the most popular president ever. I've been keeping up with the times. Listen to this.
Stop.
Does anybody see my car?
You left it at Teaser.
That was last night. I can't find my car. Oh, I know what I did. I left it in a protected parking garage. That's always a safe place to leave the car.
Walk the chain. Walk, walk, walk.